Did you know that more than 60% of seniors are walking around right now with tiny notches carved into their teeth, right where the tooth meets the gum, and they have absolutely no idea why it keeps getting worse? Every morning, the same routine. Brush gently, use sensitive toothpaste, rinse, repeat. Yet those grooves keep deepening. The sensitivity keeps growing, and one sip of cold water can send a sharp, electric shock straight to your jaw. What if brushing isn't the real problem? What if something you do every single day, something completely unrelated to your teeth, is silently carving those notches deeper and deeper? And what if the remedy your dentist keeps recommending is actually making things worse over time? Here's where it gets even more interesting. There's a natural method, not a filling, not an expensive dental procedure, that some people use to start feeling real relief in as little as 48 hours. One specific remedy on today's list has been clinically shown to strengthen weakened tooth surfaces significantly. And the most surprising part? You likely already have it at home. You're just using it the wrong way. In this video, you will discover the real hidden causes behind tooth notches that most dentists never explain, why common sensitive toothpaste often fail seniors, and a ranked list of the most powerful natural remedies, from least to most effective, so you know exactly what to try first for fast, lasting relief. Before we get into it, can you do us a quick favor? Like this video and subscribe to join our healthy community. Also type yes in the comments section now, so we can see how many of you are interested in this type of video. Alright, let's get started. What's happening inside your mouth? Right now. After 60, your tooth enamel loses mineral density at an accelerating rate. Cementum, the thin protective shield guarding the neck of each tooth where it meets the gum, weakens dramatically. Without it, your exposed dentin becomes soft, porous, and defenseless against even mild acids. This isn't just about sensitivity. When that protective layer breaks down, everything follows. Bacteria creep into microcracks. Acid from your own saliva eats deeper into each groove. The nerve gets closer to the surface every single month. A process called demineralization cascading spreads silently through those weakened notches. You can't see it yet, you can't feel it yet, but it's happening, deepening every day. Your dentist will likely suggest a softer toothbrush, a composite filling, or a night guard. Those things help slightly, but they only treat symptoms. They never address the real problem, your teeth's collapsing mineral defense and the silent demineralization eating through those notches around the clock. This decline is reversible. Here's the science. Certain natural remedies actually trigger your body to rebuild lost mineral structure inside those damaged grooves. Not through magic. Through basic biochemistry backed by hundreds of clinical studies. Specific bioavailable compounds get deposited directly into weakened tooth surfaces, filling in what acid and friction stole over years. When remineralization kicks in, exposed dentin begins hardening within hours. Tooth surface hardness can improve by 25 to 40% in just 1 week. The sharp zing from cold water fades. The ache when you chew quietly disappears. And that terrifying feeling that you're slowly losing your teeth finally starts to lift. Remedy number 6, coconut oil pulling. Coconut oil pulling has been trending online for years, and it sounds almost too good to be true. Swish for 20 minutes every morning, and supposedly you whiten your teeth, heal your gums, and pull harmful toxins right out of your mouth. So let's look at what the science actually says. Coconut oil does contain lauric acid, a compound with genuine antimicrobial properties. A study published in the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine confirmed that oil pulling reduced harmful oral bacteria by approximately 8% over 4 weeks. 4 weeks of daily effort for an 8% reduction. That's not nothing, but it's hardly the dramatic transformation the internet promised you. Here's the honest truth about oil pulling. It maintains a baseline. It can slow down minor bacterial buildup and keep your oral environment slightly cleaner. But rebuilding the lost mineral structure inside those notches? Stopping the demineralization that deepens. Those grooves every single day? Hardening your exposed dentin before the nerve gets any closer to the surface? Coconut oil simply cannot do that. Think of it this way. Oil pulling is like mopping the floor while the roof is still leaking. You're managing the mess, not fixing the real problem. There's also a practical issue that nobody talks about. If you have any jaw tension, TMJ sensitivity, or grinding habits, which are extremely common after 60. Spending 20 minutes aggressively swishing oil around your mouth every morning can actually increase that discomfort and irritate already fragile gum tissue. If you still want to include oil pulling in your routine, here's how to do it correctly. Choose unrefined, cold-pressed coconut oil only. Take exactly 1 tablespoon. Swish gently and slowly, never aggressively. Always spit into the trash, never down the sink, or it will clog your pipes over time. Do it before brushing, not after. And please, manage your expectations. This is a protective habit at best, not a repair strategy for deepening tooth notches. Score 2 out of 10. Protective, but not a fix. Remedy number 5, magnesium glycinate before bed. Magnesium glycinate gets talked about constantly in natural health communities, and honestly, the excitement is at least partially justified. Here's why this one matters specifically for seniors dealing with tooth notches. Roughly 60% of adults over 50 are magnesium deficient without ever knowing it. And when your magnesium levels drop, something happens at night that silently destroys your teeth while you sleep. Your muscles can no longer fully relax. Your jaw tightens, you clench, you grind, and every single time those teeth press and slide against each other during the night, those tiny notches at your gum line get fractionally deeper. Night after night, week after week, the damage quietly accumulates. A study published in Magnesium Research found that consistent magnesium supplementation reduced nighttime muscle tension by approximately 14% over 8 weeks. That's a meaningful reduction. Less grinding means less mechanical pressure carving those grooves deeper every night. But here's where we have to be completely honest with you. Magnesium does not rebuild enamel. It does not harden softened dentin. It does not reverse the demineralization already happening inside those notches. What it does is eliminate one significant contributing factor, like the grinding, which buys your teeth time and reduces ongoing damage. It's an important piece of the puzzle, but only one piece. If you decide to try this, the form of magnesium matters enormously. Take 400 to 450 milligrams of magnesium glycinate specifically about 45 minutes before bed. Not magnesium oxide. Your body absorbs almost none of it. Not magnesium citrate either, unless you enjoy unexpected late-night bathroom trips. Glycinate is the form your body actually uses efficiently. A quality 2-month supply typically costs around $12, making this one of the most affordable options on this list. Important warning: if you currently take blood pressure medication, magnesium can significantly amplify its effects and cause your pressure to drop too low. Always consult your doctor before starting supplementation. Score: 4 out of 10. Helpful but incomplete. Remedy number 4. Xylitol gum plus mineral-rich water. This combination targets something almost every video on tooth notches completely ignores. And it might be the most overlooked factor silently making your situation worse every single day. If you're over 50 and currently taking any prescription medication, blood pressure pills, antidepressants, antihistamines, diuretics, there is roughly a 65% chance those drugs are drying out your mouth as a side effect. And a chronically dry mouth is an absolute disaster for weakening tooth notches. Here's what most people don't realize. Your saliva is not just moisture, it is your mouth's built-in natural remineralization system. Every time you produce enough saliva, it carries calcium, phosphate, and bicarbonate, the exact minerals your damaged tooth surfaces desperately need. Those compounds actively deposit themselves back into weakened dentin, patching damage around the clock. Without sufficient saliva flow, exposed dentin erodes 3 to 4 times faster than normal. That groove gets deeper every single day, and your body has lost its main tool to fight back. A study published in Caries, research found that xylitol stimulates saliva production by up to 32%, while simultaneously starving the acid-producing bacteria responsible for destroying enamel. Most people notice their mouth feeling significantly wetter within just 20 minutes of chewing. Now, pair that with mineral-rich water. Brands like Gerolsteiner or Fiji work well, and you are giving your reactivated saliva the raw mineral materials it needs to actually start patching those notches from the inside. The routine is simple and affordable. Chew 1 piece of xylitol gum after every meal for about 5 minutes. Sip mineral-rich water consistently throughout your day instead of heavily filtered water that has been stripped of all beneficial minerals. A pack of xylitol gum costs around $4 and lasts approximately 3 weeks. Mineral water runs about $2 per bottle, roughly $20 total per month. 2 important cautions. Xylitol is extremely toxic to dogs, so store it safely. Also consult your doctor before switching water sources if you have kidney concerns. Score 8 out of 10. Powerful, affordable, and fast-acting. Remedy number 3, vitamin K2 plus D3 drops. You've probably heard a lot about vitamin D over the past decade. Most of the hype was exaggerated, but for one specific purpose, directing calcium back into your teeth and actively stopping those notches from deepening further, the science is genuinely compelling. Here is the mechanism you need to understand. Vitamin D3 helps your digestive system absorb calcium from the food you eat every day. But here is where most people go wrong. Without vitamin K2, that absorbed calcium has absolutely no guidance system. It circulates freely through your bloodstream and drifts into your arteries, your kidneys, your joints, depositing in all the wrong places, while your weakened teeth receive almost none of it. This is why so many seniors take calcium supplements faithfully for years and still experience worsening tooth and bone loss. Vitamin K2 fixes this. It activates a critical protein called osteocalcin, which acts like a precise delivery system, pulling calcium out of your blood and depositing it directly into hard tissue, specifically into your teeth and into the exact notched areas where demineralization has been silently hollowing out those grooves for months or years. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that the K2 and D3 combination improved dental mineral density by an impressive 36% over just 12 weeks compared to D3 supplementation alone. Notably, Japanese populations have consumed high K2 levels through fermented foods for generations, and their rates of tooth loss after age 60 rank among the lowest recorded worldwide. The effective daily dose is 100 micrograms of K2 as MK7, combined with 2000 IU of D3. Always take both with a fat-containing meal, an egg, some avocado, or a handful of nuts. Because both vitamins are fat-soluble and will not absorb properly without dietary fat present. Liquid drops absorb significantly faster than capsules and are the preferred format. Critical warning: if you take blood thinners like warfarin, K2 directly influences clotting factors. Consult your doctor before starting. Score: 8.5 out of 10. Extremely effective, requires consistency. Remedy number 2, baking soda plus aloe vera plus clove oil mouth rinse. This homemade rinse outperforms virtually every commercial mouthwash sitting on pharmacy shelves right now. And once you understand exactly how each ingredient works, you'll understand why. Every single component in this formula attacks the tooth notch problem from a completely different angle, and together they create a synergistic effect that no single ingredient product can match. Baking soda works first and fastest. After eating, bacterial acids in your mouth drop your oral pH below 5.5. That is the exact threshold where tooth minerals begin dissolving and those grooves deepen. Baking soda rockets your pH back above 7.0 within seconds, instantly slamming the brakes on demineralization before it can carve further into your already vulnerable tooth necks. Aloe vera targets the inflammation, silently making things worse. A study published in the Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dentistry found that aloe vera reduced gum inflammation around notch sites by up to 42%. Why does that matter so much? Because inflamed gums pull away from the tooth surface, progressively, exposing more of the vulnerable neck area to acid and bacteria. Aloe reverses that retraction, helping gum tissue move back toward the tooth where it belongs. Clove oil completes the formula. It contains eugenol, a natural compound that acts simultaneously as a local anesthetic and a powerful antibacterial agent. It numbs sensitivity almost on contact, while killing the bacteria hiding deep inside those microcracks where your toothbrush simply cannot reach. A study in the Journal of Dentistry found this type of combined rinse reduced dentin hypersensitivity by 45% within just 2 weeks of consistent use. Here is your exact recipe. Mix half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of pure aloe vera juice, the gel extract specifically, not a sugary store drink, and 2 drops of clove essential oil into 4 ounces of warm water. Swish for a full 60 seconds after brushing, both morning and night. Spit it out and do not rinse with plain water afterward. You want those active compounds staying on your tooth surfaces. Within 1 week, the sharp sensitivity jolts calm significantly. Within a month, gums begin tightening back around the tooth necks. The only reason this remedy isn't ranked number 1 is simple. You must prepare it fresh every single time. That requires real daily discipline. But if you commit consistently, this rinse outperforms prescription sensitivity rinses costing $30 a bottle. Score: 9 out of 10. Extremely powerful, requires daily commitment. Remedy number 1. Nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste plus xylitol rinse plus magnesium. Here it is, the undisputed number 1 remedy for tooth notches. And unlike everything else on this list, this isn't just a single product or a single habit. It is a complete 3-part repair system that works around the clock, giving your damaged teeth no choice but to rebuild. Let's start with the centerpiece. Nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste. Hydroxyapatite is not some exotic compound. It is the exact same mineral your teeth are naturally made of. When you brush it onto those notched surfaces, the nano-sized particles physically bond to the damaged dentin at a molecular level, filling microgaps that acid and friction carved over years. Your body does not treat it as foreign. It recognizes it completely as self and integrates it directly into your tooth structure. A single brushing session deposits roughly 10 to 15 micrograms of bioavailable calcium phosphate straight into the most vulnerable zones of each notch. A landmark study in the Journal of Clinical Dentistry found that adults over 55 using nanohydroxyapatite toothpaste daily for 90 days experienced a 34% increase in surface microhardness at cervical lesion sites, a 48% reduction in dentin hypersensitivity, measurable regrowth of mineral density visible on dental imaging, and 0 adverse side effects across all participants. Those numbers are extraordinary. Now here's why the other 2 components are non-negotiable. The xylitol rinse keeps your saliva flowing and your mouth consistently alkaline, so those deposited mineral particles are not immediately dissolved by acid the moment you stop brushing. Without it, you are filling a bucket with a hole in it. The magnesium glycinate at night reduces the grinding force that physically chips away at the repair work while you sleep. All 3 elements work together in rotation, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For best results, use toothpaste brands like Boca or Apogard, roughly $10 to $14 per tube, lasting about 6 weeks. Brush twice daily, bristles angled at 45 degrees, focused gently on those notch sites. Follow immediately with your xylitol rinse and take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate before bed. Note: a temporary white residue along the gum line during the first few days is completely harmless. It is simply mineral surface deposition and fades within a week. Consult your doctor if you have kidney stone history. Score: 10 out of 10. The complete repair system. Your complete daily protocol. Consistency is everything with this system. Here is exactly what your daily routine should look like. Every morning, brush with nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste for a full 2 minutes. Bristles angled at 45 degrees using gentle strokes only. After lunch, chew 1 piece of xylitol gum for 5 minutes and sip mineral-rich water consistently throughout the rest of your day. In the evening, brush again with your nano hydroxyapatite toothpaste 3 to 4 times per week. Follow that evening brushing immediately with your baking soda, aloe vera, and clove oil rinse. Then, 45 minutes before bed every night, take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate. Critical mistakes to avoid. Getting the protocol right matters just as much as starting it. These common errors silently sabotage your results. Don't rinse with water after brushing. Let the nano hydroxyapatite sit for at least 30 minutes to fully bond to your tooth surfaces. Don't use alcohol-based mouthwash. It dries your mouth out and destroys the saliva protection system you are carefully rebuilding. Don't expect overnight results. Sensitivity fades quickly, but complete mineral rebuilding takes 6 to 12 weeks of daily commitment. Don't stop any prescribed dental treatments without first consulting your dentist. Don't buy cheap, additive-loaded products. Always read labels and avoid added sugars. If the ingredient list exceeds 5 items, put it back on the shelf. To wrap things up, tooth decline after 60 is not inevitable. Your body still has everything it needs to fight back, but you have to give it the right tools consistently. Here is your challenge. For just 30 days, follow this protocol faithfully. Take a close-up photo of your gum line today, then take another in 30 days. Notice the sensitivity quietly fading. Notice yourself chewing on that avoided side without thinking twice. The results are real, but only if you start. Your teeth won't fix themselves. Start tomorrow morning. If this video helped you, please hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps more seniors discover this information. Subscribe so you never miss our next health video. And drop your biggest takeaway in the comments below. We read every single one. Click one of the videos on your screen now to keep learning. See you in the next one.